Hello, my name's Benny and welcome to my video lesson on IELTS reading test. You should know that test takers who understand the format of IELTS are at an advantage. So, make sure you familiarize yourself with how IELTS testing works. With regards to IELTS reading test, the academic and the general test do differ. The purpose of this lesson would focus more on the academic test. However, the techniques, approach, and methods we shall discuss herein will be relevant for the general test too. You should know that the test duration is an hour and you'll be given 60 minutes including the transfer time. What it means is you have to work within 60 minutes, and unlike the listening test where you'd be given 10 minutes extra to transfer your answers from the question paper to the answer sheet, you shall not have such time in the reading test. So, I encourage you to write your answers directly on the answer sheet. You are supposed to answer 40 questions in all. Each question would carry 1 mark. So, if you have a correct answer for any question on the IELTS test, it's equivalent to 1 mark, and your scores will be scored out of 40, and whatever you get will be converted to the IELTS 9-band scale. Scores are reported in whole and half bands, so there's a possibility that you can be scored band 6.5. It's a reading comprehension test, and the requirement is you need to read passages or articles, 3 long texts which will range from descriptive, factual, and discursive and analytical. These passages are taken from books, journals, magazines, and newspapers. They have been selected for a non-specialist audience but are appropriate for people entering university or seeking professional registration. IELTS reading is fundamentally a vocabulary test. Your ability to understand any passage would depend on your ability to acknowledge and discern the words used in the passage. So, if you have a limited vocabulary base, then the reading test will be challenging. The objective of my course is to discuss with you and demonstrate effective exam techniques. We shall also discuss the types of questions you would come across in a standardized IELTS test. And at the end of this course, you should feel more confident and adequately prepared to take your IELTS test exams. What is a task response on a reading exam? The reading test is constructed to assess your ability to identify the writer's overall purpose. It's also constructed to assess if you can follow key arguments in a text. It will test you on your ability to identify opinions and attitudes. Can you locate specific information in the passage? Can you distinguish main ideas from supporting details? Can you extract information from a text to complete a diagram, a summary, a table, or set of notes? The basic question and the primitive reason why probably you've enrolled for this course is you need to improve your score. And how can you do this? You can improve your score by remembering, following, and applying the instructions test tips, and all the techniques we shall be discussing in this course. You need to read variety of texts and improve your overall reading speed and lexical resource. How is the reading paper assessed? Like I mentioned, the reading test would be assessed on a 9-band scale, and the task is the question would usually paraphrase the words in the text. The questions test a variety of reading skills, including what we discussed earlier on. Are you able to identify the overall purpose? Are you able to locate specific informations? Can you identify key arguments? So these are some of the things you'll be tested on. Now, what are some of the questions you would come across in the IELTS reading test? So, the format for IELTS question in the reading academic test. We have gapful questions, true, false, not given, yes, no, not given. We have matching paragraph headings. Which paragraph contains multiple choice questions, matching names, short answer questions, and matching sentence endings. Hence, this will become our topics for discussion. We are going to treat each question independently, and then I would introduce to you some passages and then have practical examples done for you. At the end of each lesson, you would be tasked to have an example or an assignment assigned to you, and then you need to complete this task at the end of each lesson. Thank you.